Former United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon abruptly dropped his plans to pursue the presidency of this country of South Korea, leaving the ruling conservatives no clear candidate for them. We're going to discuss this further. Our Ji Myung-kil is here in the studio with me. Myung-kil, so Mr. Ban's dropping out of this presidency pursuit, it came abruptly, definitely.
That's right, Kon-young, and I was following the former UN chief Ban Ki-moon the whole day yesterday as he met with leaders of the political parties. And in the afternoon, when I was sitting in the Assembly's briefing room, Ban suddenly appeared. And I still remember looking at the reporters, thinking like, why is he here? And then suddenly, that's when the announcement was made. And of course, right after that, we had immediate reactions from the political parties. The two conservative parties were trying to lure Ban were dumbfounded. And the Liberals may be a sigh of relief, but expressed respect for Ban's decision. In his speech yesterday, we could sense a great deal of disappointment on Ban's part. He said he had pure motives and wanted to bring about change in Korea using the experiences he had as a UN chief, but he said he was downplayed and mocked by the media, which he said was sad.
Well, Ban's dropping out of the race definitely paves the way for his rivals, definitely.
Right.
But who do we now know that will be in the presidential race as of now?
Well, we do have more possible contenders waiting in the wings. I mean, I was fortunate enough to have lunch with one lawmaker yesterday who was planning on to run. But if I just go back to your question, on the conservative side for the ruling suddenly party, we don't have an obvious candidate yet. But there are rumors that they might try to recruit the current acting president and prime minister, Hwang Kyo-an. As for the splinter conservative Parliamentary party, we have Yoo Seung-min, who officially declared last week as Namgyongpil Gyeonggi-do province governor. On the liberal side, there's the former chief of the main opposition Democratic Party of Korea, Moon Jae-in. Then there's An Hee-jung, the current governor of Chungcheongnam-do province, and Lee Jae-myung, the current mayor of Seongnam. And for the minor opposition parties, the People's Party has An Chol-soo, the former business tycoon, and for the Justice Party, there's Chairwoman Shim Sang-jung.
Well, definitely Ban, although his ratings did fall in recent days, he had been considered a relatively strong candidate had he run for the presidency. Now that he's out, what do the chances look like for the rest of the pool of people?
Well, if we look at the recent polls, Moon Jae-in is currently in the lead and among all presidential hopefuls with support above 30%, and he's followed by Hwang Kyo-an, An Hee-jung, Lee Jae-myung, An Chol-soo, and so forth. And having Ban out of the race, and that momentum actually has created some good chances for the Liberals, and the ones who stand to gain are An Hee-jung and An Chol-soo. That's because Ban supporters were largely either from the western Chungcheongdo provinces, where An Hee-jung is governor, or were conservative voters looking for an alternative to the suddenly party, which is where An Chol-soo comes in. Pundits say that with no powerful alternative to represent the conservative camp, the election may turn into a race between the opposition and the opposition. As I said, Hwang Kyo-an, the acting president, is being tipped by many for a bid on a conservative ticket, but he's neither confirmed or denied it. Hwang is seen as a number 2 guy under President Park Geun-hye and thus sharing responsibility for her failures. So some Ban supporters who wanted political reform may want to avoid him.
Right, so definitely Ban Ki-moon's latest announcement changes the electoral landscape of this country, and we don't yet know when the presidential election will take place, whether it will take in December as planned, or whether the Constitutional Court will uphold the Parliament's decision to impeach President Park Geun-hye, and an early election will come. We don't know that yet, but definitely we'll be keeping a close eye on this. Thank you, Myung-kil.
Sure.